Have you ever wondered what holds our world together? Every single second, an invisible force keeps your feet on the ground, holds the oceans in their basins, and even keeps the very air we breathe from drifting off into space. This force is gravity. We live with it, we depend on it, but we rarely ever think about it. It's the silent guardian of our reality, the architect of our world, binding the nearly 6 sextillion kilograms of Earth's mass together. But imagine, just for a moment, that this constant, unwavering force simply vanished. What would happen if Earth lost gravity, even for just 5 seconds? Let's start the clock. 1 second. The very first moment gravity disappears, you wouldn't be flung into space. Inertia, the resistance to a change in motion, would keep you moving along with the Earth's rotation, but you would become weightless, instantly. If you're standing outside, your feet would lift gently off the pavement. Inside, you and everything not bolted down would begin to float. Your cup of coffee, your smartphone, the papers on your desk, all would rise, suspended in the air. The water in a fountain would hang like a shimmering silent cloud. Across the globe, confusion would ripple through the population. People would feel a strange lightness, a bizarre sense of freedom that quickly turns to panic. Pets would be utterly bewildered. Dogs might try to jump and find themselves tumbling through the air, while birds, masters of flight, would spin uncontrollably, their instincts useless without the familiar pull of the Earth. 2 seconds. The initial surprise gives way to chaos. With no gravity to hold it down, the atmosphere, our protective blanket of air, begins to expand and escape into space. Air pressure would drop catastrophically. It would feel like being on top of the highest mountain, but getting worse with every fraction of a second. Your ears would pop painfully. Unsecured objects are now drifting higher. Cars, no longer pressed to the road by their own weight, would lose traction entirely. A slight bump or a turn of the wheel could send a 1-ton vehicle skidding and floating, like a hockey puck on an air table. The water in rivers, lakes, and oceans, no longer confined by gravity, would begin to break apart into colossal, free-floating spheres and blobs, drifting slowly upwards. 3 seconds in, the world is unrecognizable. On the streets, floating cars begin to collide in a silent, slow-motion ballet of destruction. Glass from windows, dislodged by the pressure change and lack of gravitational hold, shatters and adds to the cloud of debris filling the air. Buildings, no longer under the constant compression of their own weight, might begin to groan and shift. Structures that rely on gravity for stability, like arched bridges, could start to crumble. The sky is now a terrifying mess. The massive blobs of ocean water, some miles wide, are now floating high above the surface, obscuring the sun. Airplanes in flight would become uncontrollable projectiles. While their wings still generate lift, they have no weight to counteract it, sending them shooting upwards uncontrollably. The contents of cargo planes would slam against the ceilings of their holds. 4 seconds. The lack of atmospheric pressure becomes critical. It would be nearly impossible to breathe. The loss of pressure would also cause the water in your body to want to boil, a phenomenon known as Ebullism. The planet itself would feel the strain. The immense pressure at the Earth's core, held in check by gravity, would suddenly have nothing pushing against it. The molten core would begin to expand, causing the planet's crust to bulge and fracture. Massive earthquakes and volcanic eruptions would be triggered all over the globe, even as the surface is in a state of weightless chaos. Satellites in orbit, no longer tethered by gravity, would drift off in a straight line, their paths forever altered, becoming lost relics in the vastness of space. 5 seconds. And then, just as suddenly as it left, gravity returns. The return is not a gentle reset. It's a cataclysm. Everything that was floating now comes crashing down. You and everyone else would fall. If you were only a few feet in the air, you might land with a jarring thud. But objects floating much higher would become deadly projectiles. A car falling from just 20 feet would hit the ground with devastating force. The massive spheres of ocean water, now kilometers up in the sky, would collapse and fall back to Earth, creating tsunamis of unimaginable scale that would scour entire continents. The atmosphere would slam back down, creating a sonic boom heard around the world in windstorms that would flatten everything in their path. The collisions, the floods, the sheer impact of a world falling back upon itself would be an extinction-level event. The immediate aftermath is a world broken. The 5 seconds are over, but the consequences will last forever. Cities would be in ruins, flooded, and buried under tons of debris. The global infrastructure, power grids, communication networks, transportation, would be completely destroyed. Most of the human population, and indeed most life on the surface, would not survive the return of gravity. The fall, the floods, the atmospheric shockwave, it would be a cascade of disasters. For those who might miraculously survive, the world would be an alien and hostile place. The sky would be dark with dust and water vapor for years, plunging the planet into a deep winter. The Earth's crust, destabilized by the momentary expansion, would continue to experience violent earthquakes and volcanic activity for centuries. Life itself is a delicate balance, and gravity is the silent fulcrum on which it all rests. It dictates the flow of our blood, the shape of our trees, the tides of our oceans, and the very air we breathe. It is the most predictable and constant force in our lives, an invisible thread that ties everything together. Those 5 seconds of chaos reveal a profound truth. We exist because of a precise set of rules, and gravity is the most fundamental of them all. To lose it, even for a moment, is to lose the world as we know it. It serves as a humbling reminder of the cosmic fragility of our existence. The force we so often take for granted isn't just a law of physics. It's the anchor of our world, the silent architect of life. So, the next time you feel the solid ground beneath your feet, take a moment to appreciate it. Appreciate the invisible force that holds you, and everything you know and love together. What other what-if scenarios should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the hypothetical, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-bending questions. Stay curious.